shut down early, but look at the pressure by Sasha. Rocket's hitting Dendy in the base. I mean, normally we'll see a Rocket hit a man over here or something like that, and that's pretty good, but... Well, mTw, they get their good start with the towers. That means Boots for effing mad. He's got 2 points in Sandstorm and 3 in Burrow Strike, so in spite of that tri-lane top, he's still getting the levels here, and that's really what he cares about.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Whew, what a crazy start for this game. Holy crap. So we take stock of things, and it is mTw with the lead. Now here's the one thing I really want to keep an eye on. Sakshka with the quick boots of travel. To me, that's the real game changer here. If he gets them up early, I mean, Navi's split push is not going to amount to much. They can maybe go for kills and get the towers that way. But they don't have reliable gank. I mean, they've got Maleficent, they've got the Venomous Scale. If either of those hit, you have a good shot. But it's not, there's no lockdown here. There's no Burrow Strike, there's no Split Earth, there's no Chain Stun. And a lot of times Tinker will just be able to keep out. Sprout onto Puppey, Tango's his, or excuse me, Color Blade's his way out. And, well, Navi, the pressure just mounts for them, and I mean, this is the issue for Puppey right now. Where does he really go to farm? Fuzzy with that regen rune, trying to keep it up, does not let it wear off. He's gonna take damage there. Regen rune is done. Sakshka gets 2,700 gold. At this rate, we will probably see the boots of travel in 2-3 minutes. I would really like to see a hill ward here for him, but I mean, does he really need one? Normally, you have to be worried about Tinker getting ganked, but again, you know, who's gonna gank him? Arsart? They kind of need him mid, applying pressure to Funzy, keeping him down. Speaking of Funzy, he's level 6, and there's not much lockdown for this hero either. It's got to be a concern. The only reliable way you're going to be able to stop him as we approach the mid game is with that Orchid if Broodmother goes for one. Otherwise, there's nothing. You can try and Cold Feet Gale him, and maybe if he's out of mana, you kill him. But otherwise, that's not happening. Cinderin already with the Midas up 7 minutes in. Cinderin off to a great start in terms of that early farm, the early gold. 2,500 on him, Tinker next in line, 2,700, and Brood leading the way, but only by about 10 gold. So very, very even game in terms of that. I feel like it is mTw with the advantage here, because if they get to that mid game in good shape, I mean, Lycan's getting good farm, it's not overwhelming farm, and he's only level 4. Normally, a Lycan just sitting in his jungle, just farming neutrals, he'll be 5 at least, maybe even 6 at this point if he gets lucky with the spawns. So, it's still looking very good here for mTw. Well, the question becomes, what do Navi do? Are they content to farm? Are they content to try and go for the trades? Early Midas up on Cinderin. I mean, what can they do as well? Do they try and get kills? It's not a great lineup to pick off heroes like Storm. There's no lockdown. Sandkid as well can look to go into that Sandstorm, Burrow Strike up to the high ground. Now we have some good chase, but chasing is dangerous when you're up against the Prophet, you're up against the Sandkid. Great counter initiation. And look at Cinder, just constant pressure on this bottom lane, and I love this ward. Sucks to cover the backstep. Here we go, though. That ult flying up top. This would be a big time to kill. Boots of Travel recipe first. Black Hole, A ult should be hitting. Sakshka looks to be dead. That's going to place Boots of Travel. Even a Prophet ult thrown into the mix. Sakshka drops slow. Sakshka even takes the Soul Ring there just to help secure the kill. They turn it into 2, and now they get the Wolves as well. Well, you do slow down his Boots of Travel, but boy, do they make you pay for it there. Forced to use a Black Hole, forced to use an HDF version ultimate. Big investment there just to kill off a Tinker who's still only about 100 gold away. I love that play. Not many Tinkers will you actually see use the Soul Ring when it's going to secure their death. But it got them the extra damage. That's how they get the double kill. And, I mean, it really puts Navi on the back foot. mTw, no Black Hole to worry about for a long time. Look at this aggression by Epic Mad. And it's not like Navi can just march down bottom and try and gank him, because if they do that, guess what happens? Kabop farms the jungle, Prophet goes and starts split pushing elsewhere. Tinker, with the Boots of Travel about to be online, he can go wherever he wants. So, I mean, it's not just losing these towers, it's the snowball effect, the momentum that comes from that. We're seeing the aftershocks of it, even this late into the game. I mean, 9 minutes in, normally that early 2-tower push, you know, you can try and react to it, punish your heroes farming there, but given mTw's team composition, you really cannot. They may try, though. Effing Mad, level 7, 400 gold in the bank. And Navi going for, are they going for Roshan? Looks like they might be. Maybe going to try and do a backstab here onto the middle lane. Puppey leading the charge. No wards, no smoke. They're just gonna kind of airball this one. Or not airball, but just hope that it pays off. There's dust up. Oh, well, they want to go. They want to go on Funzy. No, they're not gonna find him. And they can push this. They might be able to get the tower. But the glyph that comes out, it's gonna delay the push. Zip in the back lines. Another regen room for Funzy. Indeed it is.
Let the fun begin.
And here's Sakshka up top. Boots of Travel already picked up. If they actually go for a push, TP in, drop a couple of waves, marks and chains. He doesn't rearm now. I don't know what Na'Vi can do. I mean, they can't really push. I guess you go for a smoke gank here. Maybe try Ninja Roshan, but with the Dire having both of their key towers up the mid as well as the bottom, that's borderline suicide. Oh, they get effing mad. They get effing mad. Oh, I was wondering where it was. Did not see him on the map. Caught all the way back by Dendy. So they get a kill, but look at mTw. Early medallion picked up. That one's on Kebab, and they're going to go for Roshan. mTw. Na'Vi either don't know or don't feel they can engage here. There's no black hole. Even their Lycan is still behind, level 6. Has the ult. No Vlads. And, oh boy. An Aegis onto this team. Would prefer to see it on Funzy. Maybe to go to Sakshka.
Roshan has
It is Funzy who gets it. So now kill him once. He comes back with full mana. Does it all over again. Oh boy. That could be trouble for Na'Vi. And mTw now, they can afford to be aggressive. Take some risks. Go for some tower dives. Na'Vi, the only way to punish it is that black hole. So if the black hole's up, if Pavost is in position, maybe they'll be able to set something up, but otherwise... Oh, Funzy. Great scouting here. That Remnant does give you some vision and flying area around you. Arzark gets caught out. Burrow strike in. He'll go down. TP is actually cancelled. And Sakshka is already here, which means the marksman machines come down. And this is a siege engine. You cannot approach this. If you do, you're going to get caught. mTw just completely outmaneuvering Na'Vi here. And what can Na'Vi really do? There's just no momentum up top. Light of Heaven wants to get something going. But by the time he does, take our TPs in, drops a couple marches, that push is over. Synderen uses the ult, the same result.
Radiant's middle tower.
Synderen is going for the mech now. Rockets flying through, and Havos Puppy taking some big damage. A relentless aggression from mTw. Here goes Tinker back to base for the moment. Hey, ult flies in. They want to get this big fight. Oh, it's gonna hit. Zip. Funzy tries to dodge it, I believe. Just misses. Here comes Havos. Gale's gonna hit a Sakshka. Oh, this might be a good opening. No, they catch out Enigma. Enigma takes a fall. Puppy in the back lines. Can't jump in. Arsart the next in line. Taking some big damage. No shockwave. The creep dies. Funzy out of mana. Has the arcane boots. He will back off. Here comes the push top. Brood has finally breached the tier 2. Gonna start doing some damage. mTw should be forced back. The tower goes down. It is denied by Puppy. And our mTw gonna back up. Light of Heaven already on top of the tower, but it's Sand King that TP's in, and this is why you have that Sand King. There's just not, I mean, at this point, even without the points of Caustic Finale, just Burrow Strike and Sandstorm, Broodmother cannot actually push. Sure, you put the pressure on the top lane, that's great. You force mTw back a couple times, but how much is it really costing them? This double global lineup here, the Tinker, the Prophet, and then the mobility of Funzy, of the Sand King. These guys don't mind being forced back too much. They can move around freely, relatively cheaply. They're not as reliant on those TP scrolls to get things accomplished. I mean, normally you see a team get a Broodmother, a Lycan, an Enigma, especially a team like Na'Vi, and you just think, oh man, they're just going to push down everything. How do you actually deal with it? But mTw have really outmaneuvered them here. Just playing superb Dota. Really intelligent play by them. And I still wonder, what is Na'Vi going to do? Maybe waiting for the mechanism. They have the buckler up, getting very close if they want to use it. In comes the TP. It gets cancelled. Na'Vi's in position with Black Hole. They may get the tower. Where's the trade? I hear a zip. Storm zips in. Goes on to Havos, dropping low. Can he get the Black Hole up? Malphus on Funzy, running for his life. Looks like the Aegis will be blown here. Puppy sprouted up. Quelling Blade out. Looking to run. That ultimate, still a couple of seconds left. He should be fine, I think. One more big impetus. He gets Puppy. Oh, Kebab with the huge damage, and now the chase is going to continue, perhaps? No. But Black Hole is not used, and that's a big one. It means if they go high ground, if they attempt to, which I doubt mTw will do just yet, but if mTw try and force a fight, Na'Vi have an option. But we are seeing fight after fight just how devastating Storm can be up against Enigma. I mean, this was a Storm who didn't have the best farm in lane. We saw him behind in levels to that Broodmother early on. I was getting harassed a lot, but once Storm gets to the mid game, you zip in, you pull. Enigma's already he already has to be channeling the black hole, and you actually have to zip into it, or else your Storm can just zip around you and cancel it. It really limits the options here for Havost. Rockets flying out, doing some damage, and there comes the Mark. Oh, Gale and A ulti hit Cinderin. Will get picked off here. Should be dropping. Yep, can't use the mech to heal back up. Buyback immediately. Oh, Epi, blink, stun, triple. No, sorry, double prepping that. And the chase continues. Zip in, pulls in Havost. They want Havost. Maybe a black hole. No, too much damage. He goes down. There's your triple kill and Epi Mad. I do call it right in the end. An mTw. I mean, if this is an mTw win, it may be one of the quickest on record here. Even when Na'Vi lose, the numbers show that they're, as far as every team goes, Na'Vi have the longest average loss time, which means even when they lose a game, it takes forever for teams to beat them. But mTw have picked a lineup where they could look to end this very early. And it really does feel like Na'Vi are helpless. I mean, they have no towers, they have no vision, and you're up against a Tinker, a Prophet, a Storm, a Blink Dagger Sandian. These heroes can jump on you instantly. And look at Sakshka. Immediately the pressure on the puppy. They are just so behind right now. I've not really had a chance to do it, but gold graph, experience graph. These are outrageous numbers this early. It's the Roshan, it's the towers. It all goes back to those early engagements where we saw no sentry wards for the Sand King. He slows the push down. He cleans it up. Brood doesn't get the momentum going that she wants. And on the bottom lane, there was no opposition. Na'Vi didn't even try to defend that.
Under attack.
And it goes back to mTw walk into the pit, and that's where they choose to engage their smoke. Maybe looking to set up a team fight. There's no epicenter. There is still a black hole. Although I feel like a broken record, and the more I say this, doesn't really matter. How is Havost going to find this opening? Force Staff, the zip from the Prophet, the ability for Sankey to blink in and out of the fight. mTw can engage from long range. They can disengage whenever they need to. And it's just, Na'Vi just don't have the great initiation. Generally, when we see Enigmas being effective, it's either the early Blink Dagger, or it's that other initiator, the Darkseer with a vacuum, the Sand King with a blink, even an Earthshaker with a fissure, and it's lacking right now. They just don't have that setup. It's a very awkward draft from Na'Vi, and I feel like they just gave mTw so much, but if Na'Vi can somehow pull this one out, I would be very impressed. I'm not sure how they do it. Outer map control for mTw, big gold lead. Smoke is one option, and that's what Na'Vi are going to go for. They're going to try and smoke, try and look for Sword, but look at that Styre jungle. There's just nothing there. Nobody there. In fact, mTw probably have an idea of what's up as they aggressively start pushing the bottom lane, and Na'Vi cannot trade this. They will be forced back. High ground already going to be breached, and this makes things a lot harder. Oh, even if Na'Vi TP back, position is already on mTw's side. Massive army of treants coming in. Aeol's going to fly through, doing some good damage. Kabop actually debuffed by it for the moment. Will not be able to heal. Blinking from Effie Mad, catches out Havost, bad position by Havost, he'll get pulled out, he'll get brought down, does he have buyback? No buyback on him, Puppy charges in, mechanism used, can Puppy really engage, can Light of Heaven really engage? I feel none of these heroes can. Laser, Rocket, Arsenal dropping low, Arsenal goes down, 2 heroes picked off immediately, and the mech was used, sure, but it will be come off cooldown 30 seconds. mTw just absolutely crushing through Na'Vi here, dominating display. They still haven't gotten Rex yet. It is hard to go high ground against Na'Vi. Let's not count Na'Vi out yet, but let's be clear about the game state. It's a big lead. It's a very convincing lead up for mTw. I think that was a 17-minute Bloodstone mech fort. Mech had a Midas up on him. Vanguard, Blink Dagger, Arcane Boots. Everybody's got items, and this is what you expect when you have 6 early towers. Great early farm. I mean, look at these farmers. The Storm, the Tinker, the Prophet, and the Sand King. That's 4 of your top 5 farmers. Dominating farm. Well, the siege holds on for now. They don't actually get racks, but maybe they'll look to spread the map a little bit.
Not on my...
Have 1 hero pushing mid, a couple pressuring bottom. And this forces a reaction from Na'Vi. They're going to have to rotate 1 or 2 heroes over. Effie Mad, not going to use that blink. He's taking some damage from the Wolves in by the Rockets, as well as the March. Glyph is available. Glyph is, I mean, if they want to use it, now's the time, but do they go in? I mean, what do? You drop the Glyph, and then you just watch the tower die, I guess. Tower is deniable, but denying this is a real problem. Na'Vi are going to hold on to it for now. Nope, they're going to deny it. They've given up on the tower.
Radiant's bottom tower has been denied.
And mTw, if they want to slow roll it, I feel they could wait for Roshan. It's coming up soon. But if they want to engage as well,